I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, and I'm not going to put any photos up this right at the moment. I'm going to give my opinion again, and hope this goes up, on why FBI Director Comey, James Comey, come forth with the public before turning that first investigation of Hillary Clinton and her emails a couple of months ago over to the Justice Department, which is controlled by Loretta Lynch. Before then, the person that controlled the Justice Department was also, I've forgotten his name, biracial. He was appointed by Obama also. Now then, my opinion from the things I know points to Comey putting it out there to the public, or you would never have heard of it. If he had gone and turned it over to the Justice Department, it would have been covered up, period. This way he put it out there, and there was enough that any reasonable human being would know that it should have been prosecuted. Anybody in the position of that she's asking for now, but as Secretary of State, knew better. You're going to tell me she's deaf, dumb? Hey, the buck stops. I'm going to tell you where it stops. If you can't get an attorney to prosecute, let's say I work for the district attorney. I did. So the police and the detectives can do all the investigating and getting it together. They have to turn it over to the district attorney. And if he chooses not to prosecute, you have a rough time. You got to get higher ups like the state's attorney, etc., to come in and force it. If he can do it, they have a lot of power. That's the same thing with Loretta Lynch and the Justice Department. She heads it up, and you've got to get a U.S. attorney to prosecute it, and she would block them, whoever's head of it. So it's as corrupt as heck. I'm going to point now, he can't even get a warrant. He just asked for a warrant in this. My God, you got Anthony Weiner, and you've got his wife, or ex-wife now, I believe, who's a crony and close aide to Clinton, and they won't give a warrant. They won't issue one so he can get the emails and information that may be pertinent to Hillary and the national security. So I want to get back to all that I've put up and information about my kidnapping. I wrote a book in Marietta, Georgia, back in '76. I started it, and April Fool Day of '80, I had antifreeze put in me. I should have died. By a miracle I did, and I was transported across the state line illegally to Huntsville, Alabama, where later I went to work for the district attorney, Fred Simpson. I lived at Warren House Apartments. Now I want to get back to this. I did the book, and it involved, and I usually show Larry Flynt because everybody knows who Larry Flynt is. He was Hustler Magazine. He was shot in Lawrenceville while I was doing the book. He was shot March the 6th of '78. It was a program shooter. I was writing about mind control, murders, and connections to agencies and deaths that, well, they can create an illness and cure it, okay, also, other than program in person, or as mass now, they can program armies. But to go out and take an 18-wheeler down the streets of France and kill a bunch of people, or a butcher knife, or a shooter, as in the Sandy Hook, and it goes on way back, okay? The Waco. There's some of these that definitely fit into the pattern, and you can't dismiss them, but you got to get it before a court of law. Get the press that's controlled by the very people that kidnapped me. The Rockefellers, Rothschild. My God, Rockefeller Plaza. They even say that. They're originating